Hello, everyone. I'm Mary. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of men with unspoken concerns. Some lower their heads, afraid to look at me. Some rub their hands repeatedly, clutching the corners of their shirts, and still others, tears welling up in their eyes the moment they open their mouths. Over the years, I've noticed a frustrating phenomenon. Many colleagues in the industry, constrained by status rules, are reluctant to share the truth about men's health. But I've always felt that helping more people understand the underlying issues is more important than clinging to these unspoken rules. Today, I want to discuss a topic many people are afraid to touch: the common saying that penis size is fixed and cannot be changed is actually half true and half false. Today, I'm going to challenge your preconceived notions and share a key secret to improving the function of men's vital organs that doesn't rely on surgery or supplements, but rather on two common ingredients in our kitchens: garlic and pumpkin seed. First, invisible anxiety. In the clinic, many men's smallness is actually a fake problem. In my more than 20 years of medical experience, I've seen countless men overwhelmed by size anxiety. Young men, married just 6 months ago, working overtime at the office out of fear of intimacy, middle-aged bosses with successful careers who struggle with their relationships, even elderly men in their 60s who refuse to sleep in separate rooms from their spouses because they feel youth. This anxiety isn't just pretentious. It's like an invisible thorn, piercing a man's self-minus esteem, making him sensitive, self-minus deprecating, and even withdrawing from family. Some couples engage in years of silent conflict over this issue, turning a healthy home into a cold and icy place. Worse still, some suffer from insomnia and depression due to chronic anxiety, their entire mental state plummeting. One patient, whom I'll call Xiao Wang, left a particularly deep impression on me. He's a technical director at an internet company. He's less than 30, but already has a lot of gray hair. He works 996 all year round, sitting in front of his computer for over 10 hours a day, relying on coffee to keep him going at night. On weekends, he either catches up on sleep or stays home playing games. The first time he came into my office, he came in with his head bowed, his hands clutching the corners of his clothes. He sat there for a long time, not daring to look up. I handed him a glass of warm water, and then he stammered, "Doctor, I feel so young. Every time I get close to my wife, I feel so insecure. Now I'm afraid to have sex." We've argued several times about this. She hasn't said anything, but I know she feels wrong too. I feel like our family is falling apart. I performed a detailed examination measuring his length and girth, checking his hormone levels, and performing an ultrasound of his corpus cavernosum blood flow. The results showed that all his indicators were within normal range, even slightly above average. When I told him the results, he was stunned, but I clearly feel like I'm not good enough. I told him, "Xiao Wang, medically normal won't solve your psychological troubles. Your problem is an organic disease, like a problem with the organ itself, but functional deficiency combined with psychological anxiety, what you call small, is actually false smallness." I gave him an analogy. Your penis is like a very elastic balloon. Its material and maximum volume are fixed when it leaves the factory. But if you only inflate it to 70% or 80% full each time, over time, the balloon's elasticity will decrease, and it will always look deflated. But once it's fully inflated, it will return to its natural fullness. The inflation here refers to the corpus cavernosum's ability to swell with blood, systemic blood circulation, and testosterone levels. What we're talking about today isn't getting a bigger balloon, but how to inflate your existing balloon to its natural fullness, or even make it more elastic. Xiao Wang's situation is a microcosm of the situation for millions of Chinese men. We're often misled by false information in movies and online, believing that size determines everything. However, as a doctor, I must responsibly state for over 90% of men, the true impact on the quality of their sexual life isn't innate length or girth, but rather acquired hardness, endurance, and confidence. These three factors can be completely improved through scientific methods, what we call reactivation of male sexual function. It's not about regrowing an organ, but rather reinvigorating its function and releasing its potential. Subverting perceptions, the root cause of male sexual dysfunction often lies not in the kidneys, but in the blood. When it comes to male sexual dysfunction, 9 out of 10 people immediately think of kidney deficiency. Various kidney minus, tonifying, and yang minus enhancing products are selling like hotcakes on the market, from medicinal liquors to health supplements, and some even secretly use folk remedies. But today I'm sharing a perspective that may challenge your perception. The primary cause of modern male sexual dysfunction is often not kidney deficiency, as traditional Chinese medicine calls it, but vascular problems, as modern medicine calls them. You may not know that the penis is essentially a vascular organ, and its erection process is a sophisticated hydraulic engineering process. When you're sexually aroused, your brain signals the penile arteries to dilate massively, allowing blood to flow through the arteries into the corpus cavernosum like a river flowing through a floodgate. Simultaneously, the veins constrict, acting like valves to lock blood within the corpus cavernosum. With more blood flowing into the arteries and less flowing out of the veins, the pressure in the corpus cavernosum rises dramatically, resulting in a firm and erect penis. A problem in any of these steps can lead to erectile dysfunction, and the root cause often lies in the health of your blood vessels throughout your body. I've summarized the 3 most common killers. First, blood vessel blockage, the most insidious enemy of erections. The so minus called 3 highs: high blood pressure, high blood lipids, and high blood sugar are the 3 main enemies of vascular health. They thicken the blood like sand in water and cause atherosclerotic plaques to form on the blood vessel walls, much like scale in pipes. Over time, these plaques narrow the blood vessels and reduce their elasticity. When problems arise with the blood vessels of the heart and brain, you'd be alarmed. But the blood vessels of the penis are different. They're incredibly thin, only 1 to 2 millimeters in diameter, thinner than the heart's coronary arteries, average diameter of 3 to 4 millimeters. Therefore, even the slightest blockage prevents blood from flowing in, leading to weak, slow erections, or even complete erection failure. For this reason, many international medical guidelines consider erectile dysfunction, ED, an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease. Studies have shown that men with ED have a more than 2-fold increased risk of heart attack or stroke within the next 3 to 5 years. Improving erections actually protects your cardiovascular system. Second, poor blood quality. Even if blood vessels are clear, they're useless without nutrients. Even if blood vessels are clear, they're useless without nutrients. Blood's function is to transport oxygen and nutrients to organs. If blood quality is poor, the corpus cavernosum doesn't get enough fuel, resulting in weak erections. What habits can lead to poor blood quality? Staying up late, smoking, excessive drinking, and lack of exercise. These habits can reduce blood oxygen levels and nutrient transport capacity. They also cause the body to produce large amounts of free radicals, which damage the endothelial cells of blood vessels and affect the secretion of nitric oxide. Remember this term, nitric oxide. It's the dilation signalman for blood vessels. Without it, arteries can't dilate, and blood can enter the corpus cavernosum. Poor blood quality directly leads to reduced nitric oxide production, which naturally weakens erections. Third, decreased testosterone levels. The engine is running out of oil. Erogens, primarily testosterone, are the fuel that maintains male libido and erectile function. Just like a car running out of gas, insufficient testosterone can reduce libido and make the hydraulic engineering of erections difficult to start. Testosterone levels naturally decline with age. Starting at age 30. They decrease at a rate of 1 to 2% per year. However, many young men now experience a faster decline in testosterone levels due to stress, obesity, and staying up late. I once treated a 25-year-old whose testosterone level was lower than that of a 40-year-old. When asked why, he explained that he stayed up until 2 and every day, ate takeout and fried food every meal, and hadn't exercised in a year. So you see, a man's shortcomings are a complex systemic problem that can't be solved simply by tonifying the kidneys. It's like waxing a car that's out of gas and has a clogged plumbing pipe. No matter how shiny the surface, it won't drive. We must address the source in blocking blood vessels, purifying the blood, and replenishing fuel to get the entire system running again. The kitchen vein cleaner, garlic, the underrated guardian of men's health. Having discussed the root cause, let's unveil the first protagonist, garlic. It may seem unremarkable and even leave you with bad breath, but in the eyes of urologists, it's a highly cost-effective guardian of men's health. Its effects precisely target the two key aim points we just discussed: blood vessels and blood. Garlic's magic comes from an active ingredient called allicin. When garlic is chopped or mashed, allicin and allicin combine to form allicin. That pungent smell signals its effectiveness. Specifically, garlic has three core functions. First, cleans blood vessels, a natural plaque cleanser. Atherosclerotic plaques in blood vessels are a major threat to erections, and allicin directly combats them. It inhibits the liver's key enzyme for cholesterol synthesis, SHMG-CoA reductase, reducing the production of bad cholesterol, LDL, and triglyceride. It also increases levels of good cholesterol, HDL. Good cholesterol acts like a blood vessel cleaner, removing lipids from plaques and restoring vascular patency. A study shows that eating 2 to 3 cloves of raw garlic daily for 3 months can reduce blood cholesterol by 10 to 15% and significantly improve vascular elasticity. Unblocked blood vessels allow blood to flow smoothly to the penis, providing sufficient blood flow for erections. Second, assisting blood pressure lowering, relaxing blood vessels. High blood pressure can cause blood vessel walls to become stiff, like an aged rubber hose, losing their elasticity. Chronic high blood pressure damages the tiny blood vessels in the penis, naturally affecting erections. The sulfide in allicin promotes nitric oxide production, relaxing vascular smooth muscle, dilating blood vessels, and consequently lowering blood pressure. For those with mild hypertension, daily consumption of raw garlic, combined with a low-salt diet, can lower blood pressure by 5 to 10 mmHg. Don't underestimate this. It significantly increases blood flow to the penile vessels and significantly improves erection function. Third, antioxidant cleans the blood. In modern life, smoking, pollution, and stress all generate a large number of free radicals. These wastes attack the endothelial cells of blood vessels, accelerating vascular aging. Allicin, however, is a powerful antioxidant that acts like a sponge to absorb free radicals, protecting the endothelial cells from damage and keeping blood vessels youthful. Clean blood and healthy blood vessels improve the efficiency of the entire circulatory system, not only beneficial for erections, but also for improving energy levels, keeping you sluggish during the day and alert at night. Key: how to eat garlic for maximum benefits. Many people eat garlic incorrectly, wasting its nutrients. Remember these two principles: raw garlic is better than cooked garlic, and mashed garlic is better than whole cloves. Because allicin is easily destroyed by high temperatures, eating it raw is most effective. If you can't stand the spiciness of raw garlic, chop or mash it and let it air try for 10 to 15 minutes to allow allicin and all in AC to fully reactant from allicin. Then add it to a salad, sandwich with bread, or sprinkle it onto a stir-fry fry before serving, just warming it up. Eat 1 or 2 cloves daily and stick with it. Some people say bad breath after eating garlic, but it's actually quite simple. Chewing a few peanuts or drinking a glass of warm milk can help alleviate bad breath. You can also soak garlic slices in honey to neutralize the spiciness while retaining nutrients, making it suitable for people with sensitive stomachs. Fourth, natural architect pumpkin seed supplement L-arginine to fill the corpus cavernoso with blood. Having a blood vessel scavenger isn't enough. We also need an architect one who helps repair the corpus cavernosum so it can hold more blood. This architect is the other treasure mentioned in the title, pumpkin seeds. Their core value lies in their rich source of an amino acid called L-arginine. Some may not have heard of L-arginine, but it's the core ingredient for male erections. If garlic clears the roads, then L-arginine expands the warehouse and strengthens the dam. It helps the corpus cavernosum hold more blood, achieving what we call secondary activation. First, L-arginine, the raw material for nitric oxide production. We've mentioned nitric oxide repeatedly before. It's the signal soldier for basidiolina, and L-arginine is the raw material for producing this signal soldier. In the body, a substance called nitric oxide synthase catalyzes the production of nitric oxide using L-arginine as a raw material. Simply put, the amount of L-arginine directly determines the amount of nitric oxide produced. An erection is like inflating a balloon. Nitric oxide is the pump, and L-arginine is the fuel. Without enough L-arginine, the pump won't pump enough. The corpus cavernosum won't be fully filled with blood, and the erection will naturally be weak and small. Supplementing with L-arginine is like filling a pump with fuel, allowing it to operate at maximum power and pump more blood into the corpus cavernosum. Second, why does it appear larger? It's actually potential activation. Many people are concerned, does L-arginine supplementation actually increase size? Let's clarify, it doesn't cause the organ to regrow, but rather activates potential volume. The corpus cavernosum of an adult male's penis is like a balloon that hasn't been fully inflated for a long time. Due to poor blood circulation and insufficient nitric oxide, each erection only inflates to 70% or 80% full. Over time, the corpus cavernosum smooth muscle becomes fibrotic, with decreased elasticity and a decrease in potential volume. Supplementing with L-arginine causes two key events. More complete arterial dilation. The penile arteries dilate to their maximum extent, allowing a large influx of blood in a short period of time. More complete venous closure. Sufficient nitric oxide strengthens the venous valve function, reducing blood backflow. The combined effects of these two factors will cause the corpus cavernosum to be stretched to its physiological limit by blood, much like completely inflating a half-deflated balloon. It will naturally appear thicker and longer, and its firmness will reach its peak. This is the essence of what we call secondary activation of function. More importantly, maintaining this maximum congestion over a long period of time is like stretching the corpus cavernosum. It improves smooth muscle elasticity, reverses mild fibrosis, and fundamentally improves the health of the corpus cavernosum, increasing its volume potential, much like how exercise strengthens muscles. Third, besides pumpkin seeds, these foods are also rich in L-arginine. L-arginine is a semi-essential amino acid. The body can synthesize some of it, but with aging and stress, it needs to be supplemented from food. Besides pumpkin seeds, these foods are also rich in L-arginine. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, peanuts, pumpkin seeds offer the best value and also contains zinc, which is good for the prostate. Seafood, salmon, tuna, shrimp, crab also contain omega-3 seconds, which help improve blood vessels. Meat, lean beef, chicken, turkey combined with zinc helps maintain testosterone. Soy products, soybeans, black beans, tofu suitable for vegetarians. Pumpkin seeds are the most convenient, no cooking required. Just grab a handful and enjoy as a snack. They're also high in zinc, which not only protects the prostate but also promotes testosterone production, killing two birds with one stone. That's why we call garlic and pumpkin seeds a golden combination. Fifth, a practical male awakening plan, garlic pumpkin seeds, 3 steps a day, 1 month to see results. After discussing so much theory, the biggest question everyone is most concerned about is how to put it into practice. Drawing on my clinical experience, I've developed a male awakening plan. No need to spend a fortune or take supplements. Just 3 steps a day, incorporate them into your daily routine, and you'll notice changes in just 1 month. Step 1, the golden morning combo on an empty stomach or after breakfast. Minus ingredients: 1 to 2 cloves of raw garlic plus a handful, about 30 grams of plain pumpkin seeds. Minus instructions: peel the garlic, mash it or thinly slice it, and air minus dry for 10 minutes to activate the alice, and choose plain pumpkin seeds instead of salt minus baked or fried ones, which increase sodium intake and damage blood vessels. Chew them directly, unswallow them slowly to aid digestion and absorption. Minus how it works: morning metabolism accelerates. Uneating this time can kick minus start the day's blood vessel cleansing and night recoxide production, laying the foundation for daytime energy and evening performance. Minus tips: those with sensitive stomachs should avoid eating this on an empty stomach. Eat it after breakfast instead. If you find raw garlic spicy, sandwich the slices between whole minus wheat bread or drink it with warm water. Step 2, lunch energy boost during or after meal. Minus what: add garlic to dishes and consume foods that supplement L minus arginine. Minus how: when cooking, stir minus fries or stews. Sprinkle a handful of minced garlic before serving. This enhances the flavor and preserves some allicin. For lunch, choose multi-minus grain rice as your main meal and lean beef, salmon, or tofu as your protein to supplement L minus arginine. Enjoy an apple or a cup of green tea rich in antioxidants which help protect blood vessels. Minus how: lunch is the time of day when energy needs are highest. Consuming nutrients at this time allows the body to continuously produce nitric oxide, preventing a slump in energy in the afternoon. Step 3, pre-minus bed energy boost 1 to 2 hours before bed. Minus ingredients: 1 cup of warm pumpkin seed powder and milk, soy milk. Minus instructions: blend 30 grams of pumpkin seeds in a food processor until powdered. Mix with warm milk or unsweetened soy milk. Keep below 60 degrees Celsius to avoid damaging the nutrient. Add a teaspoon of honey for flavor, not too much to avoid blood sugar fluctuations. Minus how it works: before bed is the prime time for body repair and hormone secretion. The tryptophan in milk improves sleep, and good sleep is key to testosterone production. Pumpkin seed powder continuously provides L-arginine, which fuels both nighttime and morning erections, a key indicator of penis health. For essential details: first, persistence is key. This isn't a quick fix, but rather a health regimen. Generally, after a month of consistent use, you'll notice more frequent and firmer morning erections. After 3 months or more, you'll see significant improvement in hardness and duration. Second, individual differences: everyone's constitution varies, so the time it takes for results to appear varies. For example, someone with mild vascular issues may feel the effects within 2 weeks. Someone with more severe vascular issues may take longer. Don't rush. Third, drug interactions: if you're currently taking blood pressure medication or anticoagulants such as aspirin or warfarin, consult a doctor first. Garlic can help lower blood pressure and act as an anticoagulant, and may create a synergistic effect with medications requiring dosage adjustments. Fourth, not a panacea. This regimen is effective for sexual dysfunction caused by poor vascular function or mild hormone deficiency. However, if the cause is a serious organic condition such as penile trauma or nerve damage, seek medical attention first. Don't delay treatment with dietary therapy. More important than diet for vigor: minus protecting habits to double the effect. Garlic and pumpkin seeds are helpful, but it's your lifestyle habits that truly determine the effectiveness. Drawing on over 20 years of clinical experience, I've summarized for virility: minus protecting habits. Combined with dietary therapy, they can double the effects. First, exercise, the best natural viagra. No medication can replace the benefits of exercise for improving sexual function. Exercise strengthens cardiopulmonary function, improves blood circulation throughout the body, reduces the three highs, and increases testosterone, addressing the root causes of erectile dysfunction. Minus aerobic exercise, get at least 150 minutes of moderate minus intensity exercise per week, such as brisk walking, jogging, swimming, or cycling. I have a patient who briskly walked for 40 minutes every night. After 3 months, his blood pressure dropped and his erections became significantly harder. Minus schedule exercises directly train the pelvic floor muscles that control erections and ejaculation. You can do this while sitting, standing, or lying down. Contract the anal and perineal muscles as if you're holding back a bowel movement. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, relax, and repeat 15 times per set 4 times a day. After 2 months of this, you'll not only have better erections, but also improve urinary frequency and duration. Minus strength training exercises for large muscle groups like squats, bench presses, and deadlifts can stimulate testosterone production. Remember, leg and back exercises boost testosterone more than arm exercises. Twice a week, 40 minutes per session is enough. Second, sleep, a free hormone refueling station. Lack of sleep directly leads to a decrease in testosterone. Studies have shown that sleeping only 5 hours a day for a week can cause a 10–15% drop in testosterone levels in young men, equivalent to aging 10 to 15 years. Minus guaranteed sleep, get 7 to 8 hours of sleep daily. Minus sees the golden hours, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is when testosterone and growth hormone secretion peaks, so try not to stay up late. Minus improves sleep quality, keep electronic devices out of your bedroom and avoid using your phone an hour before bed. Blue light suppresses melatonin. Soaking your feet in hot water and drinking a glass of warm milk can help you fall asleep. Third, mindset, the invisible majesty switch. Stress is an invisible killer of sexual function. Chronic stress and anxiety cause the body to secrete cortisol, the stress hormone, which suppresses testosterone secretion and also excites the sympathetic nervous system, inhibiting erection. Minus take a half-hour break every day, no matter how busy you are. Set aside half an hour for yourself to relax, daydream, listen to music, and unwind. Minus communicate with your partner. Many men's anxiety stems from poor communication with their partners. Try sharing your concerns with your partner. Their understanding and support are more effective than any medication. Minus develop a hobby: fishing, chess, painting. Hobbies that allow you to focus are the best stress relievers. Fourth, quit bad habits, clearing barriers to male virility. Minus resolutely quit smoking. Nicotine in cigarettes can directly damage the vascular involvia, leading to arteriosclerosis and a clear risk factor for ED. Quitting smoking for 3 months will significantly improve vascular elasticity. Minus limit alcohol. While a small amount of alcohol may relax the nerves, long minus term alcohol abuse and depress the central nervous system, damage the liver, affecting hormone metabolism, and lower testosterone levels. Minus avoid prolonged sitting. Prolonged sitting can compress pelvic blood vessels and affect blood circulation in the perineum. For every hour of sitting, get up and move for 5 to 10 minutes, such as pouring water or stretching. CII. Real case study: 60 to minus year minus old Zhang's rebound isn't thanks to medication, it's based on perseverance. Finally, I like to share a real minus life case study. Mr. Zhang, a 60 to minus year minus old from our neighborhood, was a gentle and refined middle school Chinese teacher before retirement. 2 years ago, I noticed a change in him. He used to play chess in the garden every evening, but later he became a secluded home, looking pale and thinner. When we ran into each other in the elevator, he said, "Mary, I'm old and useless." Later, I learned that he was sleeping in a separate room from his wife due to erectile dysfunction, and he suffered from constant insomnia, even thinking, "This is the end of my life." I found Mr. Zhang and spoke with him for a long time. I didn't prescribe any medication, but I shared the principles I've discussed today with him, telling him, "You're not old, you're suffering from poor vascular function, which can be improved through habit adjustment." I gave him 3 suggestions: eat raw garlic and pumpkin seeds daily, walk briskly for 40 minutes after dinner, and do Kegel exercises. At first, Lao Zhang was skeptical, wondering, how can he possibly recover at such an old age? But to avoid worrying his wife, he persevered. Initially, eating raw garlic upset his stomach, so his wife sliced and sautéed it. He also listened to storytelling while walking briskly, and gradually adapted. A miracle occurred a month and a half later. His wife told me that Lao Zhang's sleep improved. He woke up less frequently at night, and he even took the initiative to be intimate with her. 3 months later, Lao Zhang could be seen playing chess in the garden again, his laughter resonant and full of energy, as if he had aged 10 years. One time he waited for me downstairs, handed me a box of tea he had grown, and said, blushing, "Mary, what you gave me wasn't medicine. It was an antidote. It entangled the knot in my heart." Now I understand that a man's success isn't determined by that one moment, but by how he lives his entire life. Lao Zhang's story is one of the most heartwarming experiences I've had in my medical career. It has taught me that a doctor's value lies not only in treating illnesses, but also in using knowledge and care to help patients regain their confidence in life. Lao Zhang avoided expensive health supplements and surgery. His success was based on scientific knowledge, simple actions, and persistence. 8. Final thoughts: men's health isn't a matter of appearance, but a matter of quality of life. After all this discussion today, from size anxiety to vascular health, from garlic and pumpkin seeds to lifestyle habits, I ultimately wanted to share a key message: men's health is never a matter of appearance, but a matter of quality of life. Don't be swayed by the myth that size is paramount, nor do you need to give up on yourself because of a temporary problem. Erectile dysfunction isn't an incurable disease, nor is it just a sign of aging. It's a sign from your body reminding you to focus on your health. Garlic and pumpkin seeds aren't miracle cures, but they offer a starting point, a way to start paying attention to your blood vessels and your lifestyle, and regaining control of your body. Start today with a clove of garlic, a handful of pumpkin seeds, a brisk half-hour walk, and a half-hour early bedtime. Take the first step toward change. When you truly begin to care for yourself and manage your health with a scientific approach, you'll discover that you gain not only strength and confidence, but also a leap forward in your overall mental state and quality of life. As a doctor, what I most hope to see is not that you rely on some miracle drug to solve your problems, but that you, through your own hard work, achieve a healthy body, a happy family, and a love for life. This is a man's greatest